I need to say this before I share the teaching with you today. I love Jesus Christ. I would not be where I'm at today without a life-giving connection with Christ. There is no type of medicine nor form of psychology that could have ever brought me out of the despair and utter hopelessness I once faced. Jesus has revealed himself to me over the course of the last 20 years as my Redeemer, Reconciler, and Restorer. Here recently, he has been showing himself to me as my Father and revealing to me that I'm his Son, which is what I want to share with you today. Jesus spent about 3.5 years in public ministry and invested the largest percentage of his time training and developing 12 men. It's interesting to note that in John's Gospel, Jesus refers to his disciples as orphans. In chapter 14, a conversation is recorded between Jesus and his disciples where he's making the promise to them that he's not going to leave them as orphans, but that he would come to them through the person of the Holy Spirit and adopt them into his family. What is an orphan? An orphan is a child who doesn't have any parents. It's a son or daughter who is fatherless or motherless. And Jesus is referring to his disciples as orphans. And orphans sometimes will feel like they are left alone in life. They sometimes will also feel like they have to figure out everything that they come up against on their own. I continue to get this picture of an orphan as someone who is constantly folding his fists real tight, feeling like they've got to fight their way through this life. It kind of reminds me of how Peter was before he became born again. And Jesus promises that, hey, I'm not going to leave you in this state. I'm going to come to you through the power of the Holy Spirit, which he did on the day of Pentecost. This event is recorded in the Acts of the Apostles. On the day of Pentecost, he poured out his Spirit. It descended upon those 12 men and 108 other individuals that were gathered with them inside of a building downtown in the city of Jerusalem. When the Spirit descended upon them, not only did it rest upon them, but it filled them. And as the Spirit of God filled these 12 men and 108 individuals, a total of 120, they were adopted into God's family. They became fathers' children. He accepted responsibility for their lives. I want to encourage you today that if you have been filled with the Spirit of God, you are God's child. He has adopted you into his family. You are a member of his household. You don't have to try to figure out everything on your own. Your Father is in your life, and he is there to help you. And listen, as a father of 6 children, I desire to give good gifts to my kids. How much more does your Father desire to give you greater gifts as his child? You be blessed and have a great day.